Well, folks, it seems the Elon Musk show at the Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE, as we've all come to know it, is finally coming to an end. That's right. In May 2025, Musk will be stepping down from his role leading the agency he was unexpectedly tapped to overhaul back in 2023. Now, I know what you're thinking. Elon Musk in charge of? What could possibly go wrong? And to that I say, oh, just buckle up, because it's been a wild, bumpy and frankly terrifying ride. Musk's tenure at DOGE has been marked by, shall we say, a certain degree of turbulence. It's been a period of rapid and often chaotic change, with Musk's signature blend of ambition, disruption and, let's be honest, a healthy dose of good old-fashioned Silicon Valley hubris, leaving its mark on the usually staid world of federal bureaucracy. Now, whether that mark is a positive one or more akin to, say, a particularly aggressive Sharpie doodle on a priceless Renaissance painting, well, that's a matter of some debate. What's not up for debate, however, is that Musk's departure from DOGE marks the end of a truly bizarre chapter in American political history. It's a chapter that has left many wondering if the federal government, and indeed American democracy itself, can ever truly recover from the experience. So, as we bid farewell to the Musk era at DOGE, let's take a closer look at the legacy he leaves behind, shall we? One of the most immediate and striking consequences of Musk's leadership at DOGE has been a mass exodus of experienced government employees. It seems that many career civil servants weren't exactly thrilled with the prospect of having their workplace transformed into a real-life episode of Silicon Valley, complete with questionable management decisions, a distinct lack of work-life balance, and the constant threat of being replaced by a robot. Who could have seen that coming? In February 2025, a group of 21 civil service employees, including several highly skilled technical staff, decided they'd had enough and collectively resigned from DOGE. In a scathing open letter, they cited concerns about Musk's leadership, the qualifications, or lack thereof, of his appointees, and the potential security risks posed by his rapid-fire policy changes. This mass resignation was a clear sign that all was not well within the hallowed halls of DOGE. And if that wasn't enough of a gut punch, just a month later, 40 staffers from the United States Digital Service, USDS, a team responsible for modernizing government websites and digital services, were unceremoniously shown the door. These layoffs, part of Musk's grand vision to streamline the federal government, further depleted the already dwindling ranks of experienced tech professionals working within the government. And folks, when it comes to things like, say, processing social security payments or securing sensitive government data, you kind of want people who know what they're doing, right? Now, let's talk about some of the, shall we say, unconventional policies that Musk implemented during his time at DOGE, because, you see, it wasn't enough for Musk to simply shake up the organizational chart and bring in some beanbag chairs. No, he had to go full-on, move fast and break things on the entire federal government. One of his most innovative directives required all federal employees to document 5 measurable accomplishments every single week. That's right, forget about those pesky little things like long-term planning, strategic thinking, or, actually doing your job. What Musk really wanted was a weekly spreadsheet full of bullet points that he could then use to publicly shame anyone who didn't meet his arbitrary productivity quotas. And if that wasn't enough to strike fear into the hearts of government workers everywhere, Musk also decided to tackle the scourge of remote work. That's right. In a move that surprised absolutely no one who's followed his career, Musk declared that all federal employees must return to the office full-time, effectively ending the flexible work arrangements that many had come to rely on, especially in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic, because, you see, nothing says efficiency like forcing millions of people to commute for hours each day, right? Section 4. Social Security in peril, the ripple effect of Musk's policies. Okay, so we've talked about the resignations, the layoffs, and the frankly bonkers policies. But what does all of this actually for the everyday lives of Americans? Well, in a word, chaos. You see, folks, the federal government isn't some abstract entity that exists in a vacuum. It's responsible for providing essential services to millions of Americans, services that people rely on for their livelihoods, their health, and their well-being. Services like, Social Security. Now, Social Security is a massive program responsible for sending out monthly payments to over 65 million Americans, most of them elderly or disabled. It's a program that quite literally keeps millions of people out of poverty. And thanks to Musk's leadership, Social Security, along with a whole host of other essential government services, has been plunged into a state of utter disarray. The mass exodus of experienced workers, coupled with Musk's chaotic management style and his penchant for prioritizing speed over stability, has created a perfect storm of dysfunction within the agencies responsible for administering these vital programs. As a result, Americans have experienced delays in receiving their Social Security checks, difficulty accessing healthcare benefits, and a general sense that the government is no longer capable of meeting their basic needs. Section 5. Legal and political battles, a nation divided. As you might imagine, Musk's tumultuous reign at DOGE didn't exactly go unchallenged. In fact, it sparked a wave of legal challenges and political battles that further divided an already deeply polarized nation. On the legal front, lawsuits were filed against the Treasury Department, alleging that DOGE's access to sensitive financial data violated privacy rights. These lawsuits, brought by civil liberties groups and concerned citizens alike, argued that Musk's cavalier attitude towards data security posed a serious threat to the financial well-being of millions of Americans. Meanwhile, in the halls of Congress, Democrats launched a series of investigations into Musk's management of DOGE, demanding to know how an unelected tech billionaire had managed to amass so much power over the federal government. These investigations, however, were met with fierce resistance from Republicans who largely defended Musk's actions and accused Democrats of engaging in a politically motivated witch hunt. The result was a political stalemate that further eroded public trust in both the government and the political system as a whole.